Hello, my dear student. Welcome to my class. And we are doing the course Modern American Poetry, and we are having a lesson from Mr. T.S. Eliot, the groundbreaking Nobel Prize winner, modern poet. So he cannot be cornered only as a American poet, but his disciple is all around the world. And the modern poet sees himself as someone respected and someone to be followed. So we're in the fourth section of prelude, and in the first prelude, we saw a person who is just returning from the office, and the busy end of the city, the smoke, the grimy things, everything was there. In the second part, we saw the morning, the consciousness of the people. In the night, the people are unconscious. Now they are conscious. And in the third part, we saw the dirty part of the city, the most dirty part of the city, that is the life of a woman who is selling his body for her livelihood. So in the fourth part, let's go through it and read it and see what kind of image and what kind of symbols we get from T.S. Eliot. And he is not like other poets. We see that in other poets there are direct hint of the action or a happening, but here you have to apprehend through the symbols, through the using of using of symbols, images, and everything. So to some extent, Mr. Eliot is not easy to understand like the other poets. As a student of literature, you have to apprehend the images, the symbols that is used in another way. So let's see what he is trying to say in uh, section 4. So it's begun like his soul is stressed, tight across the skies. So now you see in the third stanza we have the use of second person. Now we have the use of third person. His so his soul is straight tight across the skies. Here there is a similarity. There is a very visible similarity if you can remember the poem from the same poet T.S. Eliot. Let's go then you and I, like a patient with eyes on a table. So the mind is not the body is there, but the mind is somewhere else. So here, his soul, that is a person, he is busy in the office area, but his soul is stretched out. That is called the modern technique of magic realism. You see, the first use of magic realism, that is vivid use of magic realism, you see in the novel of Mr. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a Latin American writer, in his 100 Years of Solitude. In Bangla, there is a translation of that book also. You can read that if it is available. The name of the book is 100 Year of Solitude, by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. He pointed that in his theory that in modern times we people, our mind, our psychology is so much surrounded by so many happenings, so many things, that even though you are somewhere, but your mind, your body is somewhere, but your mind is not there. Your mind is somewhere else. Suppose you are in the class, but you are maybe standing in the coffee shop. Maybe you are standing on the cashbone of their body. That means your body is there, but your mind is not there. So that person, his soul, the soul of the person, the soul of a corporate person is straight tight across the sky. It is not there. He is bored with the work. He wants to stress out. So like like a plastic thing. The soul want to express that yes, I want to go outside. I want to see the skies because in the office you cannot see the sky. You enter the office very early in the morning and you will be there till evening. So there is hardly any scope for a person to see the sky for 9 to 10 hours. You are stuck in the office. So that fate behind a city block. So once again, city. Once again, the city life. Once again, the fast growing urban life is depicted. That yes, you want to go to outside, you want to go to the see the go outside to see the sky, but man, there is no possibility. The sky, even the you cannot see the sky because it is covered. It is covered with so many buildings that you hardly have any space to see the sky in between those city block. Block means buildings. So there are skyscrapers, sky kissing buildings that you cannot see the sky, what you want. So the fast life uh, depicts the soul of a man who is um, there in his office, but he doesn't want to remain there because it's too much work, too much boredom, and sometimes you need to relax. So how you can relax? Though you are there for the fear of the boss, but your mind is not there. But mind is outside, but even the mind cannot see the sky because it is blocked. The sky is blocked by thousands of um, skyscrapers. That means the urbanization, the bad side of urbanization is that the natural things, natural resources are not available for the natural people because you are a man born from nature. You are made with clay. We are made with clay. So very much natural we are. But the industrialization, the impact of the industrialization is not giving us chance to see the natural thing or trampled. If I go to the third line, if I read the third line of this stanza, or trampled by insistent feet at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock. So you see, so you are at the office, you are exploited, you are overloaded by boss, by pressure of uh, work, but the mechanical time it goes on, it keeps on. So your soul is not only blocked, but your soul, your desire to see many things, your desire are to achieve many things as a young man is trampled. It is defeated under the feet of the people, under the feet of the people, thousands of people on the streets, and why he is giving a once again fragmented idea of 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. That is the most busiest or rush hour we can say because the office hour of different office differs because of their working capabilities and also their interest of work. So some office may give the employee that this is the end of today's office at 4. Some may give it on 5, and some may 6 o'clock. And so your soul, your desire, all are trumped by the insisted feet at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. That is busy hours of the city life. That your desire are being trampled. Even your desire, your soul cannot go outside, and your desire is 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 like buried under the feet of the people. So that is this insisted feet is very much associated in the modern world. So if you go to the, I have mentioned already once or twice in your previous classes that if you go to the busy areas of Motijil of Dhaka or of Farmgate of Dhaka, the overbridge of Farmgate of Dhaka, that there is so many people and they are in a rush. They are careless about the other people. What's the happening is if someone is injured or someone is unable to keep up the pace like me, they don't care. So your desire, even you can be trampled. You as a man, if you trample on the street, you can be trampled by the insistent feet of the people, hundreds of people. So what happens after the office hour? And short square fingers is stuffing pipes. So smoking is very much you know relevant because sometimes the people who were pressurized, who were just you know uh, just bored with the excessive load of work because the modern corporate world that will give you money, no problem with that. They will give you your desired money, but you see the burn out day of smoky day, you can remember in the first stanza. So they will suck you up, suck you everything up from you. So what you need to do, you to release the pressure from you. Some people think that by smoking, I can release my pressure. So if you just put a pipe in your see, like this is a pipe, and if you do like that, then your finger will be short square. Your finger now it is like that, but if you hold a pipe or a cigarette, then your finger are short square. It is not like this normal position. So smoking and stuffing of pipe, it is a meaning that yes, to release pressure, to release boredom, people are taking a bad element. We know that in the packet of the cigarette, it is now written that uh, um, smoking kills or smoking causes cancer. But people know that. People know that because of these, I can be a victim of lung cancer, but nothing to do. To release one bad thing, you have to take another. To release the pressure, you have to take the smoking. So there is bad thing or pressure, it is creating another bad elements within your body. So short square finger, stuffing pipes. So in the office area, if you go to the office area, suppose in a building, if you go even at Uttara, a building, there are office there, and after the office, you will see the colleagues. They are having a adda, tea party, tea adda every after the office, and they are having they are smoking just to release themselves. Oh, there is a sigh of relief. We are like cased in the office. So now take some air. So this taking of air is putting yourself the danger of your health also. So the modern world, the modern urban life, it is killing you, not healing you. It is killing you from every side. From psychologically, you are being depressed, you are being overloaded by work, and also you are taking something to release those pressure, which is creating the danger for your health, which is creating some kind of coming cancer for your health. So there is a common scenario of the office block, office area we are talking about. So issued and evening newspapers and eyes issued of certain certainties, beautiful lines. Of course, every line of Mr. T.S. Eliot is beautiful if you can apprehend, if we can see it from the depth of Pacific Ocean. So the lines of Mr. T.S. Eliot, like it is in the underneath of Pacific Ocean, and you have to go deep, down deep to fetch those gems. সো মিস্টার টি.এস. এলিয়টের কবিতা হচ্ছে প্রশান্ত মহাসাগরের সমুদ্রের তলে তলে অবস্থিত, এবং তোমাকে ওই ডেপথে যেতে হবে, তোমাকে ওই ডেপথে যেতে হবে ওই সমুদ্রের তলদেশ থেকে জেমগুলো ওঠানোর জন্য। There is no surface meaning in T.S. Eliot. So, as you know, because there is no surface meaning, he was almost depressed for years after writing these things, because writing these things, writing this imagery, it takes a lot from your mind, it takes a lot from your psychology, because you have to think, and there is a very beautiful English: think before you eat. কোনো কিছু লেখার আগে চিন্তা করে লিখো। So you're so deep, like a Pacific Ocean. You can see, you can imagine that how a poet can think like that. The street can be personified. You see, it is not possible for other people, other normal people, to think like that. So he is someone special. That's why he is the symbol of modern poetry. Mr. T.S. Eliot is a symbol of modern poetry, simply. An evening newspaper and eyes assured of certainties. So, in the evening newspaper, there is a, so you can say some morning newspaper. Why evening newspaper? So, let me tell you that in every country there is a provision, or some uh, newspaper are published which are evening newspaper. So we know that in the early morning we have newspaper, we read the newses from those newspapers. But even in our country, if you go to the office area of Motijil, if are riding on a public transport, public bus, then you will be seeing some hawkers who will be selling the daily newspaper, evening newspaper, Taja Khabor, like that. So that newspaper tells about the happening of the whole day. So the newspaper which we read in the early morning, that tells about the happening of previous day, but the newspaper which we read in the evening, that tells us about the happening of the whole day, the fresh news of today, what happened in the morning or in the midday, that is published in the newspaper. So an evening newspaper and eyes assured of certainties. So we know what the newspaper can publish, because most of the time there are um, bad news, because according to the ethics, or according to the perspectives of a newspaper, good news is no news. So we know that if I open a newspaper, there will be a hell lot of bad newses, hell lot of social problem, hell lot of murders, anarchy, chaos, conflict, this kind of news. So we are certain that what kind of news there could be, but still we read it. We read the newspaper every day. And eyes assured of certainties. These certain certainties, it has two meanings. It has double meaning. Like the people who are reading the newspaper, they know what will be there in the newspaper. That is one thing. Another thing is that the eyes of the people in the city, they are assured of the certainties. They are certain about their daily routines. They are certain that yes, every early morning I have to go to the office. I have to do the office work or my work, whatever form it is. Then I have to bring food and other items for my for my family or for the people with whom we live. So there are some certainties that yes, I have a routine life, and what kind of news will be there in the newspaper. The conscience of a blocked street, impassioned to assume the world. So, the first paragraph that or the first stanza, it also started with 6 o'clock. So, 6 o'clock, that means the darkness. And the darkness, it suggests the corruption, it suggests the illegal activities of the street, on the street that happened in that early 20th century in the streets of London. There will be hijackers, there will be immoral activities, there will be illegal activities. The conscience of a blocked street, the corrupt blocked street is a metaphor for all unlawful activities which began at the evening. So all the activities are gearing up in action. So all the illegal activities are gearing up in the evening. So the street is blocked. The street is blocked by the corruption of the conscious people. We the human being, we are supposed to be conscious, we are supposed to know everything, we are very much conscious about what is happening. So yes, the concept of a rocket street impassioned to assume the world. So the concept of a rocket street, even the street which doesn't have any consciousness like a human being, he is impassioned with so many illegal activities that is happening around on the street. So he thinks when the daylight will come, when it will be daylight, and I will be released, I will be released from all these immoral, illegal activities of the human being. I myself need a break from all these things that is happening around. I cannot take it anymore. I cannot take so many illegal, immoral activities that is happening on on my street. It is my street, my area, and people are doing all these illegal activities on my chest. So I cannot take it anymore. So many illegal, immoral, unethical activities are happening. Even the unconscious street is thinks that I am blocking, I am corrupted with so many sins. So he's impassioned. He doesn't have any passion, any passions that please let there be light, let there be morning, let there be daylight, and these activities will not be there, because in the second stanza we see the morning comes to consciousness. So in the night, the street is unconscious. The people of the street are unconscious. So the street cannot take these activities anymore. So that the street is saying when the morning will come, and people of the city will be conscious that the thing which they are doing is not good. These are illegal, immoral. So, my dear student, with this, I finish today's class, and with the remaining part of this poem, we'll see you in the next class. So, goodbye for today. Thank you very much for your passion hearing.